I'm Alan Bays and live here on the west side. I farm with my retired father and my brother and my two sons, and all of our wives are involved in the operation as well. We farm about 4,000 acres, and so it's a family operation, and God has always been a focal point in our operation. Whenever we make decisions, we always pray about it, and if we shouldn't do it, the Lord will put an obstacle in our path. Dad's 93, has seen everything. 81 was a bad year, but this spring by far took the cake. So we started planting, and we hit it hard, and probably had 3/4 of the corn planted the last week of April, and half the beans. But the weather set in, and the first rain we got 5 inches, and we said, okay, we can deal with that. Well, then 7 days later we get another 5 inches. So over the course of May we got 15 to 20 inches of rain, and so not only were we drowned out in the low areas, but we couldn't establish a stand in the high areas, and the rains just kept coming. We had problems. Indiana, by large, had problems. Illinois had problems. Ohio had problems. So, my sons have a seed dealership, so we were saying, hey, we may need seed to replant. And which the seed company had a supply of seed at that time. But all of a sudden, everybody needed to replant. And so, in an instant, just that seed vanished. I tend to worry, and it kept just snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. And so, it was constantly on my mind. I couldn't sleep at night, just fretting and stewing over it. When, we'd always got the crop planted, but it was beginning to look like we weren't going to. On Friday night, I come home. I don't mow the yard. Most of the time we're in the field, so, Kelly always mows the yard. So I'm out mowing the yard, and out here in the side yard, and I see a piece of paper. I'd made my second pass around, and I seen it had some writing on it, but I didn't know what it was or anything, but it sparked my curiosity. And I'm not one to pick up sticks or anything. I mean, if it's on the ground, I shred it, And so I went around again. Well, I'd forgot that piece of paper was there, so I ran over it. And it flew out of the mower, totally unscathed. And this is what was on that piece of paper. Be still and know that I am God. And I looked up and I said, all right, I hear you. And it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. So I finished mowing the yard, come in and share it with my wife. I'm crying, she's crying, because she knew what I'd been going through. And from that point on, the Lord took over and took us on a ride. He didn't say that everything would be perfect. Our situation is still not perfect, but we know He is there with us. Even though I was praying about it, the problems that we had, I had not given them up to Him. And, when I found that piece of paper, I surrendered that to Him, and that took the worries away from our problems, knowing that He was there with us.